So it's on the lift. It's kind of a quiet Sunday. I don't really have that much to do, so I get a free day to actually work on this. We've got a couple weeks until we're supposed to be doing that private day where I'm supposed to be driving this for the first time. And there's the whole virus thing going on, so I don't even know if it's still going on. Like nothing, everything's kind of up in the air, but I still want to essentially work on it and try to make it for the date. It doesn't give me an excuse not to work on it. Everything's pushed off, so I'm not gonna work on it. But there's plenty to do. The car got packed full of parts, just actually junk parts that were either damaged or I bought a few cheap things, and I've got some leftover parts from some of these other cars that got upgraded. So I got some lower control arms off of the Skyline. I could just extend these ones, but I know it takes a while. It takes me like 2 days to extend lower control arms because I'm just slow. I just did a pair for Rich. I know how long it takes. It takes 2 days. Actually, I probably do it in one work day, but take the control arms off, blast them, ball joints, extend, put bushings on the outside, weld plates on. It takes a while. Paint. So I'm just gonna use some leftover ones because the Skyline, that's not the Skyline. It's red. This is Kevin's car. It's red now. So, but the Skyline up here used to have knuckles and just an extended lower control arm, but it now has wise fab on it. So the lower control arms that came off of this, which weren't crazy extended, I think they were just 25 mil over the factory length, I'm gonna use and put on here. If I don't like it, then yes, I will just take the control arms off of here and extend them. And it's crazy, I'm not a very good driver. I haven't driven in a long time, and even when I did drive, it was stock cars, stock knuckles, and I've never even driven a track before. So I probably don't even need to be going to some kind of knuckle setup or anything like that for this very first time out. But I mean, why not, right? I have the capability to do it, and I know it's better. And I mean, everybody's got angle now. Like, who goes out and drives with stock knuckles, right? So I'm gonna put it on. I know how to do it, so the theory's all there, and I'll just start today. I've got the low control arms off of the Skyline. I've got Part Shop Max front knuckles. I've got some angled front tension rods, and I've got some BC coilovers that were all hand-me-down kind of stuff. So I'm gonna work on that today and hopefully get that all complete. Shouldn't take me too long. However, saying that always takes me forever, so we'll see how long it takes. But let me just get started on it. Stop talking. Jeez. So that actually didn't go as smooth as I wanted it to, but it wasn't so bad. Thanks to the help of Luke. I'll show you what happened. Actually, one of the coilover bolts was seized, and the way that they designed this, it wasn't a pressed in stud, so it had an Allen key in the back underneath, but that was stripped, so we had to grind the bolt out. Awesome. And I didn't grind it perfectly well, but it kind of cut through the coilover plate, but luckily we're not using them, and hopefully the install process goes a lot smoother. Lucas. So the engine bay is engine bay.
Excuse me, can you run that by me one more time?
Corner, the suspension corner. What would you call this?
Passenger corner, right corner.
Yeah, the wheel well. Suspension components of this right wheel well
or lack thereof
are stripped out. We got the new parts here. Got the BC coil, Part Shop Max, knuckle, extended factory low control arm, energy suspension, new ball joints. We have an ISR front angle tension rod somewhere. So we're installing in these new components here. I think I have a Bink Industries sway bar somewhere too. This car actually didn't have a front sway bar on it. This is the old coilover. See where I had to grind out the bolt there? This is Lucas.
This is I. This thing's still pretty firm for a banana that's in this condition.
It's just so ugly, man. Stock stuff. I'm gonna keep that front knuckle and hub for something. Probably convert the S12 or something. I might extend these lower control arms for a spare. No, I guess these were JIC Magic tension rods and JIC Magic coilovers, aka going in the trash. This thing already had Z32 brakes, so hopefully the install goes a lot smoother. And probably start that now. Need some water and get at it. Okay, so with the help of Luke, we've got one side, actually both sides completely done. Got the BCs, ISR front tension rods, factory extended lowers. Ended up going with GK Tech inners and SPL outers. Factory oh no, it's not. We switched these. So technically I had S13 front knuckles. So I had to put S13 ball joints on the control arms, and then I had to run ISR conversion hubs with the Part Shop Max knuckles. So we'll see how much angle it gets. I'm not down as much. I just realized that I'd used S13 front lower control arms that I would have extended previously, and forgetting this is an S14, they're probably exactly the same as Luke just confirmed. They're the same as the S14s that were here, which, you know what, it's not a big deal. I was trying to avoid extending some arms, but I'm just gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to extend these ones with the same plate and everything that I have drawn up for this size, and that will probably be perfect. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure they're just identical. So pretty lame on that aspect, but it's not a big deal. Everything else worked out pretty well. So let me just get it down, see what the ride how it's at, and try to get a quick alignment on it, see where it's sitting. So I wouldn't say today was a success. No. Really close to failure. I mean, everything kind of didn't go how I wanted it to go. Lower control arms, you know, I told you that already, not the right length, so I gotta make those. I was doing a shortcut in the first place, so not too worried about that. But I think the 10K springs are a little too much for this. I kind of knew it, but I didn't have any other springs here other than the ones I was going to use for my S12, so I didn't want to take those. But I may have to do that because I don't have much room left for the car to go down. I'm not saying that I'm worried about this, but nobody wants this. Nobody wants this gap. I don't have much to go up, or technically lower down with the coil, because these weren't specifically coils for this. This was a setup for Kevin's old race car where it's completely different, fully custom coilover. So I could just leave it like this. Actually, the car looks pretty even. I haven't actually done like any kind of measurements from the low control arm to the ground of this or the alignment rack to actually see if it is level, but I'm just being picky. I actually may just leave it like this, the alignment. I just did that, and it's not too shabs. Got the caster somewhere in stock because of the lower control arm not being fully the correct length. The camber isn't wild. The toe's jumping around here because I keep leaning on the car, but I got about 1/8 total out, so that's the final alignment there. I may just leave it and do my first run, or like first day, just like it is like this, and then go ahead and extend the lower control arms and mess with the ride height and maybe throw a sway bar on then, and see if I feel a difference the next time, and then I'll just tell you guys how it felt. Like, was I rubbing? I should probably check that before. Maybe with the lower control arm not being the correct length, I may have some issues where the wheel will be rubbing on would be the tension rod, so maybe we can make up for it with some spacers or something, but some stops. I don't have any stops on those arms. I'm gonna have to make some control arms. Stop being lazy. But overall, not a successful day. But whether or not I have to pull everything off, pretty much redo it all, I'm just not gonna film it. I'll just take the camera and be like, alright guys, did this, done, now it's corrected. But we'll see. But for now, good night. And it's very lonely in here. Good night.